Pi Mainnet, steps on how to set up Pi Mainnet, updates and pre-select Mainnet lockup as Mainnet goes live. Hello, welcome to 042 Crypto. Please don't forget to click on the subscribe and notification bell button down below so you get to know whenever we post similar videos like this. Having said that, let's go the video. Recently, Pi Network published their mainnet. Pi Network planned to release an early version of the Pi Mainnet, which in time has been aired live with no doubt from pioneers. At the same time, the Pi Network has also released some features in their mobile app. These features will allow users to configure their mainnet migration settings like balance bifurcation and voluntary lockups to boost the rewards. These features in the mobile app will aid you to comprehend better about the mainnet migration process and pre-select lockups. Mainnet. To help the community use the mainnet migration, Pi Network is releasing several mainnet-related mobiles app features now, giving people time to learn about it, ask questions, and set up settings as the mainnet goes live. One of the features that they have introduced is displaying the bifurcation of your balance, for instance balance mined by themselves, transferable balance to mainnet and balance attributable to their team members. They're also introducing a new feature that allows pioneers to deliberately lock away a portion of their transferable balances in order to mine at a higher rate later. Pioneers can use the lockup function to pre-configure their voluntary lockup settings, which will be applied to their mainnet transfer after mainnet starts and the pioneer passes KIC. KIC verification and mainnet balance transfer. Know Your Customer Client, KIC, is a process that verifies identification to distinguish genuine accounts from fake ones. The vision of Pi Network is to build an inclusive and the most widely distributed token and ecosystem for all pioneers. The mining mechanism of Pi Network is social network based, and the mining rate is halved 5 times so far as the social network size grew to over 1K, 10K, 100K, 1M, and 10M engaged members. Therefore, Pi has a strict policy of 1 account per person. This requires a high degree of accuracy to establish that members in the network are genuine human beings, preventing individuals from being able to unfairly hoard Pi by creating fake accounts. Pioneers' KIC results will depend on not only identity verification, but also their name matching with the Pi account and screening against government sanction list. KIC, thus, helps ensure the true humanness of the network and compliance with the anti-money laundering, AML, and anti-terrorism regulations. As communicated at the founding of the network, to ensure true humanness, fake Pi accounts and scripted mining are strictly prohibited. These accounts will be disabled and will not be able to migrate to mainnet. Over the past 3 years, multiple technical mechanisms have been implemented to identify bots and fake accounts. For the accounts identified as highly likely to be fake by Pi's algorithm, the weight is on these accounts to prove otherwise. These identified fake accounts will either be disabled or go through a much more rigorous review and appeal process. The allocation of KIC slots will be prioritized for accounts with a high likelihood of being true human holders. Only the accounts with verified identities will be allowed to transition to mainnet, and only the Pi balances attributable to identity-verified accounts will be allowed to transfer to the mainnet balance. When a pioneer and their referral team and security circle members pass the KIC determines if, and when, and to what extent, a pioneer can transfer their balances. Below is a hypothetical example to illustrate how the KIC verification of pioneers affects their balances in migration to the mainnet. For simplicity, we define different concepts of Pi balances as follows. Mobile balance, the Pi balance currently shown in a pioneer's account in the Pi mobile app. Transferable balance, the balance that has been allowed to be transferred to the mainnet because the pioneer and their specific associated individuals in the referral teams and security circles have passed KIC. Mainnet balance, the balance that has been migrated and transferred by the pioneer to the mainnet. Suppose individual A is the owner of a Pi account who wants to transfer their mobile balance. Pioneer A will only be allowed to transfer any of the mobile balance to the mainnet when their identity is verified, i.e., when they pass the KIC. Let's say this individual has individuals B, C, D, and E on their referral team and individuals D, E, F, and G in their security circle. So far, only individuals A, B, D, and F have completed their KIC verification. In an example setup, A is a mining pioneer who has passed KIC. B, C, D, E are in the referral team of A. D, E, F, G are in the security circle of A. A, B, D, and F have passed KIC. Here, A's transferable balance is the sum of the following 3 components. Pioneer rewards. Pi mined based on A's pioneer status across all mining sessions. Contributor rewards. D and F's contribution to A's mining rate as contributors in all mining sessions. Ambassador rewards. Mining bonuses from all mining sessions when B and D as referral team members mine during the same session as A mined. As more of Pioneer A's referral team and security circle members, I, C, E, and G, pass kick, more portions of A's mobile balance will become transferable balance ready for A to migrate to the mainnet and ultimately become A's mainnet balance. During the enclosed mainnet period, any mobile balance that has not become transferable balance will remain in the mobile mining app until the associated pioneers in the referral team and security circles pass kick and the corresponding amount becomes transferable to mainnet. In the case of the above example of Pioneer A, the balance contribution by C, E, and G will remain as mobile balance for A in the mining app waiting for them to pass kick in order for such balance to become transferable. If such associated accounts never pass kick, the balance attributed to these non-kicked accounts will expire at a certain date, which will have allowed enough time for the whole network to kick. The unclaimed balances due to lack of kick will be discarded by not being transferred to the mainnet at all. How do mainnet lockups work? While mainnet is bootstrapping the economy and establishing demands, the lockup reward is aimed to ensure a healthy and seamless ecology and incentivize long-term interaction with the network. It is a crucial decentralized macroeconomic mechanism for regulating circulating supply in the market, particularly in the early years of the open market when utilities are being established. One of the Pi network's main goals is to develop a utility-based app ecosystem. Rather than speculative trading, transactions for real commodities and services in the ecosystem are intended to determine Pi's utility. One of the key areas of concentration as they launch the enclosed network phase of the mainnet, which will be announced soon, will be to assist and build the Pi app developer community and nurture additional Pi apps to thrive. Meanwhile, pioneers can choose to lock up their PIS to help establish a stable market environment for the ecosystem to flourish, more Pi apps to emerge, and compelling use cases for spending Pi, eventually creating organic demand through utilities. The lockup functionality will be enabled when the early version of the mainnet is released later this month, but you may learn about it now and even pre-select lockup options before you are verified through Kick or ready to migrate to the mainnet. You can adjust your lockup settings as an aggregate account-wide parameter in the Pi app at any time. More of your mobile balance will become transferable as you and your earning team security circle pass kick and new mining occurs. On every transfer to mainnet, the pre-selected and configured lockup period and percent will apply automatically to the transferred amount. Because of this, you will have two types of balances on the mainnet. 1. Lockup balance and 2. Free balance. Both of these balances will be recorded on the mainnet blockchain and exists in the Pioneer's non-custodial Pi wallet. Due to the nature of blockchain, lockups cannot be overturned once verified and must be kept locked for the term specified. Because the lockup amount is calculated as a percentage of your transferred balance, you'll need to lock up the same percentage of your new transferred value to keep your lockup mining bonus. This is simply accomplished by maintaining a consistent lockup configuration option for each repeating transfer to mainnet. Your lockup mining boost will diminish correspondingly if you lock up a lesser percentage of Pi in your following transfers than you did in your initial mainnet transfer. According to the published article, Pi Network will release updated sections of the white paper when they launch the early version of the mainnet later this month. You'll be able to view the exact and comprehensive mainnet equations and mechanisms there. And please don't forget to click on the subscribe button and notification bell down below so you get to know whenever we post similar videos like this. And also drop some comments below and share your thoughts on this with us. Thank you for watching.